All right, I'd like to call this meeting of the Village of Cold Spring Planning Board to order. Don't have a super big agenda today. Larry, was there something you wanted to add to the agenda?
I wanted to add that draft I was working on for the
Okay.
site,
Yeah, we'll add it to the
maybe at the end.
board business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion for us to discuss the draft of the site plan application and guidance document.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. Added. And I think we have minutes from last time. How convenient.
How convenient, I don't know what these are, but she put them down on the table, so. You want a copy? You can,
Of the minutes or was?
well, whatever, I don't know what the other thing is.
Oh,
Yeah, there's the deed.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is that? Not me?
You were not there.
Okay.
Everybody else was. Oh, actually, that means we can't.
You
We
can't
we
vote
don't
on it.
have quorum to approve, so sorry, we'll just do it next time. I know, you're great.
Too quick.
Too quick.
And guess what? I'm holding on to mine. You will not have
Oh,
to print out more.
wow, this was for the last
Yeah,
meeting?
yeah.
Oh, my God. Very good. Uh-oh, it does say adjournment was seconded by Henry Feldman
No.
at the top of the second page.
Oh.
Well, there's at least a correction you can make before next time.
Okay, I'll give this back to you.
All right, so we, actually, before we move on to our business with One Depot Square, we have a referral from the ZBA. As, you guys know, anything that goes before the ZBA gets just referred to us for comments. Our comments have no sway in any particular direction. They're just, in case we have, thoughts or things we would like to convey to the ZBA and their consideration of the application. In this particular one, we basically have all the stuff because the ZBA was referred in the same referral that we were referred in. You have the referral and, basically the variance being sought is for this tiny little wedge here at the bottom. That's correct? Yeah. That is, at its most protruding spot, 7 feet from the rear setback, and the rear setback requirement is 10. So it's probably what, like 3 feet by 15 feet, half of that. So was that like 23 square feet or something like that?
Yeah, not much.
Where's the fence on the setback?
The fence is actually beyond the setback. The
Okay.
setback actually, the way that it works out on this site plan is that the setback is, the existing building is on the setback. Our new building is further back on the site than the existing building.
Yeah.
But aligned with the front of the building so that you have that entrance from the sidewalk that's very clear that they're related.
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up in that spot, and
Yeah.
then we have a little 3-foot overlap as a result.
Does anyone have any thoughts or comment about the request for variance there?
That seems okay to me.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, in terms of a reasonable shape for the structure and the imposition there, it's not, I think it's like attempting to like claim space that's like somehow unfairly claimed or unreasonably claimed. So I'm tempted to just make a small note of support for.
So one other question,
Yeah.
are there utility access issues behind the pavilion?
At the moment, that's all vegetation that's. gonna
Okay, that's what I
be
thought.
cleared up.
Okay, that's-
Yeah,
This is where that gazebo
Yes.
is, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Anything else?
Let me just say, I
Yeah.
think you said that you were going to have the outdoor bar, maybe the cement that was going to be extended so it reaches the pavilion, right?
Yeah, and that's shown on the site plan. They're just kind of meeting up where right now
I
there's a
understand.
rock wall. Yeah. But that's on the other side, not, well, it's a little bit where the.
Right,
site
basically,
is, yeah.
but you're saying, I think the relevant thing for this is that you're not extending the pavers of the existing patio to further, to
No.
meet the,
That's on this sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just making sure everything is cohesive with what's there, but we're not really extending anything past where it needs to go.
well, I guess cause I summarized it, I'll make a motion to authorize the chair, me, to relay the board's comments of support for the, minor encroachment and the requested variant.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
I will send that to the ZBA today for your hearing on the 22nd. All right, on to our business with One Depot Square. All right, so I know we received a number of new documents, updated site plans. So I believe some of the stuff we requested
Some of it.
was updated parking, lighting, information, clearly marked entrances. Any updates that have happened since discussion? See, we've highlighted the tree that's gonna be removed. And now I'm trying to remind you, is there gonna be signage on this thing? No. Okay.
Other than what's required for exit.
Okay, sure. I'm like advertisement sign, like name signage kind of thing. Yeah, okay. So I did reach out to the village engineer to ask about the tree removal and the drainage, just out of curiosity. The village engineer basically said that because the lot is already kind of, it's not as permeable as it would have been if it had been soil. It's, because it's gravel now, and because the pavilion is basically entirely over the gravel area, that he wasn't too worried about new displacement. Thing he wanted clarity on was that area does have, it's basically at the bottom of Main Street, and there does tend to be some drainage issue there. If what the gutter solution was, and whether the runoff that was hitting the gazebo was going to be concentrated anywhere, or if it was just going to be allowed to kind of run off the sides.
Does he think it's gonna be a problem?
He's mostly just concerned is if the entirety of the runoff from the structure gets concentrated into a single downspout, for example.
There'll be two.
There'll be two.
There'll be two on the railroad side.
Two on the railroad side, basically the back side. Okay.
The gutter of the greenhouse, the gutter is 17 inches wide on all four sides. So to collect, and then it has two runoffs on the back side.
Two runoffs on the back. Okay. Cool, great. That's super useful. I'll just check back with him just to verify. The worst case scenario here is that we might ask to do some mild additional mitigation of where it's draining into. Just something to help keep it from
Going place.
Yeah.
Hitting the railroad track.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll get back to him on that. Charlie, do we have any clarity on the right of way parking?
No, so that's something we're still looking into.
Okay, all right. we have updated parking on this, right? And we've got 3 new parking spots, is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah, so that area is currently used for parking and was missed on the initial count, so that puts us now
Okay.
slightly over the requirement.
Okay. And so
There's that part.
there's 3 there, so basically we're there's a question of 1.
Well, really, it's a question of the street spaces.
No, I know, but we gained 3 over here, right?
Yeah.
And I guess there's 4 on the street. And how, we need 26? And we currently have 27, okay, so we still need the ones on the street, we need clarity on that.
Right here, just.
Okay.
just stay with it.
All right.
Go back.
Yeah, I mean, I think, nothing really changes about the path forward, like, we need clarity on that, I don't think it necessarily prohibits us from scheduling a public hearing or not. If it comes back that we don't need it, then we'll figure out what to do. In that case, if we do need it, then it's the same options I laid out last time about either seeking, a variance for parking from the ZBA or, we'll do the referrals to the village board. And they'll basically do a parking waiver for I guess in that case, it would be, the worst case scenario would be you need a waiver for, 3 spots. in that case.
And that's because of the spaces on the parallel parking.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, I think we just need clarity on how to count those for the right of way.
And I was curious in doing the parking count,
Yeah.
what goes on with parking spaces on site outside of the setback, for example, because we have in that staff parking area
Yeah.
along the back, there is,
Parking is allowed in the setback, isn't it?
well,
like
outside
right.
of the property line, rather.
Well, outside the property. line.
Yeah, because we have that portion of the property that is,
I licensed that with the MTA though, so it should be.
Yeah, if you have some kind of an agreement, that says you can use it.
The village has one on file,
Okay.
for the most recent one.
Okay.
We're working on a new one.
Can we add that to the documents that are?
what year did you say that was? Remember?
The one that you have is from 2000. And I'm in the process of been working with them for the last 2 years to get a new one.
Okay.
Because that would give us, 5 or 6 additional spots, that would just cancel
Oh,
out
I
those
see,
spots.
I see, so you're not, those have not been counted here because of,
Because they're over the property.
I got
We
it.
don't wanna.
Oh, I see,
But thought it was.
I see, so this area down here,
Right.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
gotcha, okay.
So that all gets used as parking now and has.
I
been for
see, okay.
30+ years.
So if they have an agreement,
So, yeah, so the code says that if you have an agreement for parking, offsite on a different parcel, that can count towards, your off-street parking
gotcha,
requirements, but, for all the spaces that are on the street, I think we still need to confirm status of those and whether those can be counted as off-street parking.
right, but if we can add 3 spaces from that group, then I think we actually meet the requirement.
Well, I don't mean just the parallel spaces, I mean all the street spaces.
Oh, really, so all of these?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Do you need documentation on the right of way?
If you have
How
that,
that
yeah.
I don't think we have that, but I'm just wondering, that's what's causing the issue.
Yeah, I mean, because it's shown as a right of way, so I guess the question is, one, what is the extent of that right of way? Because currently, anybody can park in those spaces except for those that are reserved for the depot. And the question is, are those off-street parking spaces within the code, since they are on a street and
Okay,
open for public parking? So
I gotcha.
that has to be confirmed.
And you said that the ones that are agreed to on another parcel can or can't count?
They
towards-
can't count, as long as you have
Yeah.
something that in writing that says you're entitled.
How do we figure that out with the
With
parking on Depot Square? But they say it's on street.
So that's literally what Jonathan's job is to go
Yeah.
figure out exactly what, like,
The first step is to try to look through whatever documentation we can find that you might have or the village has. If it's still not clear from that, then it could be up to the building inspector to, because the building inspector has the authority to interpret the code. And it could be up to him to decide whether these spaces are off-street parking that you count.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, just because we're here, you know, for all the cases that we see, like most businesses in the village require some kind of variance, either variance or the parking waiver.
Mhm.
So like, it's not like we're venturing into weird territory here. It's like
Okay.
it's a very
Yeah.
common, that's your worst case is.
Part of the reason I'm asking is because I've never seen anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been told there was an agreement with the village that
Yeah.
I've never seen, the former owners didn't have.
Well, I think hopefully, cause I think that we've been digging historical documents up, and so hopefully, at least out of this process, you'll get an up-to-date view on all the things that have been going on with respect to the parcel. But again, I don't think this should slow us down on scheduling a public hearing, because
Are we planning to meet in 2 weeks? Is everyone, are we gonna have a quorum in 2 weeks?
we haven't asked, so.
If we are, I would suggest maybe holding off until then, just so it's a little bit more clear for the, should have some answers by then
Holding off
on scheduling.
on scheduling it, okay. Okay,
If we're not gonna meet for another month, then you probably could go ahead and schedule for a month.
I should be here.
next meeting is,
24th,
Yeah, I should.
I'll be here.
I thought we were a week offset from the ZBA. Are we the same week as the ZBA? Oh,
I think that was last.
oh, I see. All right, so it's either the 24th or,
14th,
yeah, the 14th. I'm around for both, so,
The 14th might be an issue for me. I could probably make it, but can't guarantee.
what about you, Hillary?
I should be here.
Okay, so it seems like we'll at least be here next time.
And that's the 24th.
The 24th, yeah. On the renderings that we have, do we have any indication of, is there lighting on the structure at all?
In the new rendering that.
This one? Okay.
Gives, that gives all the night lighting. There's only 2 separate outdoor fixtures.
Oh, I see, over the bushes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all down.
Yeah,
Down
downcast, yeah.
Yeah, there's only 2. I have the specs on both those fixtures.
It's very nice.
Neither one of those fixtures exceeds 650 lumens.
Okay.
So, and they're all, like I said, they're all down facing.
Is there hours of operation for the pavilion in mind?
As we were saying, I mean, it's gonna be for events, but can't be much.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not expecting much past 11.
So not regular food service?
Not normally, no.
Oh, okay,
And maybe
okay.
if it's raining or something, we would do that, but otherwise, no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, does the event use change the parking requirements at all?
No, that still falls under restaurant.
Okay, great. I think that's all the questions I have. Anything from either of you?
And that,
Any questions from the audience?
I have a scheduling question.
Yeah.
If we do get pushed into a variance or a parking waiver, our zoning board public hearing is on the 22nd. How would that work in terms of getting potentially approved for our variance and then having to return to the zoning board for another variance?
Well, you don't have to pursue a variance.
Okay.
Usually people prefer the waiver because is typically
Okay,
more straightforward than.
and that's through the planning board.
We make a referral to the village board
Oh,
decides what to do about it, and, we basically say, hey, this has been requested, and the village board, makes a determination, and there's, like a fee in lieu of parking kind of situation with it, but,
Okay.
So in the worst case, there would be a fee for the spaces.
yeah, yeah. And that's usually, they usually address that, the next village board meeting that they have after we do the referral, so.
There's not like a separate application process.
No, it's literally just like a letter I send the clerk saying, hey, we're referring a request for, some number of parking spaces to be excused, and here's our opinion about it, but you can ignore it if you want. Anything else?
It was very pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cold Spring will go into the wedding and bar mitzvah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
fine. Kind of bring the big parties down for a little while.
And,
Bring them up on the train.
Yeah, absolutely.
great. Well, thank you for, the updated information, and, I'll get, the information about the drainage over to the village engineer, and he didn't seem that worried, so I don't amount to much more than essentially some small requests to make sure it's captured in some way that is not, potentially catastrophically bad. And we will do our best to run down the answers, about the right-of-way parking, between now and our next meeting, which is the 24th, and then we will go ahead and schedule public hearing.
Can you just fill me in on the 24th?
Yeah.
We're meeting for,
We're basically gonna relay what we learned, like in the intervening time. So Jonathan's gonna give us a detailed report on what we were able to uncover in terms of what the previous agreements have been for the parcel, and what the legal implications are for how we should interpret the right-of-way parking for that street. And I think if it comes back to the default to the code enforcement officer, we should try to push that over to him before that meeting as much as possible.
If you find an agreement, you share that with me.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've honestly been asking for it for a while.
Yeah.
I've never been. The mayor said she was gonna give it to me, but
Yeah.
no, I can't find it.
I think it's been a chore to dig it out of to dig the information out. So I think,
What happens if there is no agreement? You're trying to interpret the best you can.
Yeah.
Has that ever come up before? A private parcel being used in the public way?
I think, you've got the only one in the village.
yeah,
And it's gonna come down to someone's decision.
Well, not necessarily. If there is some historic agreement that says, the parking spaces in the right of way shall be made available for public use, then you probably can't count them as off-street parking. If it really says nothing, then it would be up to the building inspector. He has the jurisdiction to make that call.
but in the worst case, like I was saying before, in the worst case, let's say they say you can't use any of these parking spaces to count for your parking requirement.
Mhm.
Then we go the parking waiver route.
Right.
Or the ZBA. I think I personally probably suspect that's the harder route, but the parking waiver route, then it is what it is. So.
So it's a little difficult to comprehend because I do own that property. So
Yeah.
I understand there's no answers right now. It's just,
Yeah.
it's kind of difficult to process that.
I think it's primarily, it's like you own the property, but it's like, I would guess it's probably similar to like an easement. Where it's like, well, you own the property, but the parcel itself has an easement against it, so you might have restrictions on use of a part of it, or that you're required to give your neighbor access to their property through your property. So there's like, I think that would be the dynamic that's there.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand it's, you know, it's always weird trying to navigate,
Yeah. I can
what
appreciate that.
what the rights are of the public with respect to your private,
Yeah.
with your private property. So, but I think like nothing here is, aside from the fact of the ambiguity, all the paths forward are normal paths
Okay.
that business owners across the village encounter every year. So, nothing here that's out of the ordinary. Yeah, I think that's it.
So what do you need from us?
Well, if you, it sounds like you guys haven't been able to find anything, but if you are able to find any documentation concerning the right of way, definitely send that to us.
Well, I know that, well, from my understanding from Greg was that there was an agreement that the village had made with the previous owner. So it would be the village's responsibility, I would think, to figure out what the,
Well, I mean, it's your application, but the village is looking through their documents too to try to bring some clarity.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next,
You have the.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, we have copies. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Even if I'm in my car. I did pull over first.
Yeah, I found out, what, 2 weeks ago? I didn't realize that New York had the like, can't touch your phone in your car, even if it's parked law.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, apparently you can get arrested.
I got a ticket, that I thought, because, I had, my phone had moved and I moved it back.
And
And
someone saw you do it?
In, Fishkill, and he gave me a ticket for, handling my phone.
Yeah.
And I went back and read the law to the prosecutor
Yeah.
and said, you cannot use.
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't using my.
yeah,
So you can have it in your hand, supposedly,
right,
but if you're not using it.
Right,
And I
right.
actually was, so.
yeah, nice,
Good for you.
nice, good to know,
Make some.
thanks,
Have one.
you too, yeah.
So
You learn something every day.
they just passed some new no-touch law. It's
Yeah.
called, I didn't read it, but.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, probably they can't arrest you for it, but.
And also, by the way, don't run the red light, the one-way
Oh, I do that.
signal at the tunnel.
Because you're being recorded, literally.
I know.
No, there was a cop, there was a pickup truck that got annoyed at we were going north, and so there were a bunch. And the people going south, there weren't many. So this pickup truck got annoyed at having to wait for multiple cycles. So it turned red and he gunned it, and then boom, lights went on. The cop was hanging out at the chalet, just waiting for somebody to run it. So
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some risk there. That's not,
it's probably also a work zone.
yeah,
So running a red in a work zone, probably.
Wow.
So,
it is annoying.
The cars in front of you, especially going north to Beacon. They're like old little ladies from Pasadena and they do not move.
yeah.
And that's when I say, oh, it's turning yellow.
mhm,
And then I go,
yeah.
all right, let's try to power through this last little bit.
Got it. Got it around, huh?
All right, so you've incorporated the changes from last time?
I did. I thought we could, if we want to, we can at least take a look at it. We don't
I
have
mean,
to.
I think if we feel good about it, we should just go ahead and adopt it. Let's maybe give it a quick read and.
What did you change last time?
So on the first page, I added the DEC, the Department of Environmental Conservation.
Okay.
And that goes corresponded with the EAF, pardon me, on the last page.
Okay,
And I think Jonathan had suggested crossing off a whole bunch of stuff. That was the last part of the general steps and guidelines,
okay,
right above, approval. We had added something the week before, a couple of lines. He felt it was redundant, just crossed it off. And there was one other thing where I put agenda instead of saying the next available, planning board meeting. It's the next time you're on the agenda. Somewhere I put that.
okay.
Okay, a representative should attend the next planning board meeting to discuss the project on the agenda. And that's midway after, pardon me, general steps and guidelines.
The posting in the newspaper, that still has the closing for the ad Friday morning? Well, good, thank you very much for doing this.
Once we feel this is okay, what, do we put it online?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Abigail, the kind of inbound, I guess you'll just include it with, any people who are seeking applications, right? Or,
Yeah. I think I would add is just affidavits that I think Jonathan made. I think one of them might. Yeah, owners must submit a photo affidavit. Owners cannot submit application. Maybe they have the escrow acknowledgement,
Yeah.
and then, the mailing, that, I think it's like an affidavit of mailing or affidavit of signage. The only other suggestion.
Okay, hang on a second. Okay, so that's the very last, I thought that's what we crossed out. Approval of the is that
Oh.
where, no?
Didn't say that part wrong.
At one point, so right above materials and applicant to present the planning board, I should add that there. I just put all required fees, so I should say,
Yeah.
but I said escrow consultant fees included, but not limited to escrow consultant fees.
Yeah, that's perfect. Actually. Do you want it after the sign when they post for the public hearing when they put the sign?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
maybe put that up in the paragraph with the public posting to the PCNR.
Yeah, right after certified letter.
Yeah,
Just so they don't forget, even as a reminder.
Affidavit of,
I think is it signage or mailing? It might be
Don't know off the top of my head, I would think it's made.
mailing.
okay,
That sounds right.
we'll look that up.
Yeah. Put it in.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Did all your hard work.
right. Great. I mean, it looks good to me, except for that, so. I think, just approve it next time.
Okay, it's easy.
Yeah.
Easier.
All right, anyone make a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
Aye.